Welcome to 68 Whiskey. Today we're going to be diving into the JT10 from Juggernaut Tactical. It's their AR10. We've got scope cam, groups. We can show you what's going on with this rifle. Stick around. So the reason why I'm doing a review on the JT10 is because there's a lot of conflicting information out there. I've had a JT10 for quite a few years now, and it always wore a 22-250 upper and thermal, and we just got a ton of kills on coyotes in New York with it. And I ended up with the JT in the first place because it was one of the only things that was California/New York compliant. So then I moved to the free state of Kentucky, and I decided that I want to suppress a 308 Winchester, and I go online to look up a new upper for the JT10, and there's all this conflicting information. It seems like there's a bunch of people that are, dogging on it and upset that they didn't get their parts right away. And then there's a bunch of people that are just absolutely in love with their upper. So I decided that I needed to sort out for myself what was going on here because, again, I've had a JT10 for years and I loved it. So when I dug a little deeper, I noticed that all of the negative reviews were from COVID era. And it got me to thinking that maybe this is supply chain related or what, I don't know. Anyway, long story short, let's just hit the range. I know you guys want to see the shooting, and we'll let the rifle speak for itself. But one thing that I can say is I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Let's go. We are laying outside because the shooting bench inside with the window open, it's only like 20 degrees out. So the mirage is just terrible. So I got scope cam going so you can see. And we're gonna fire these tactical rounds and see how they do. All right, so that's the 168, and that's not that great. I'm gonna go grab some heavier bullets. All right, next up, we've got the Sierra Match Kings 190 grains. And that's way, way better. So I think you can get a feel for the fact that this is wanting a heavier bullet. Now, look at that wind, just to give you an idea. And this is at 100 yards. You got some horizontal there, but the vertical is really, really good. Way, way better than the 168. So me being the shy guy that I am, I decided that I was gonna find out what was going on with these bad reviews. I emailed them. I said, hey, what's the deal? Because everything that I got from them to convert the original JT10 that I had back to a free state, like an actual real gun, was done flawlessly. I got the shipping notices right away. They responded to my queries on email right away. So the customer service was there. And that was one of the main complaints, was that people weren't getting told when their orders were going out or that the orders were really slow. So I just emailed them and I said, hey, listen, what's going on? Have you guys changed something? And long story short, they got back to me and they owned up to their mistakes during COVID, which was really, really cool. They said that they had an influx of orders, and not only could they not keep up, but their vendors couldn't keep up. They're machining these out of pure aluminum billets, and sometimes the vendors for the aluminum would be slow, or the Cerakote would be slow, and they just got backed up. And they were also understaffed, like everybody was during COVID. So people got pissed off, and I get it. I get pissed off when I don't know what's going on with my guns too. But that's where all those negative reviews stem from. All right, guys, next up we have some really, really old 308 Wolf. So all those fired, but none of them were really good. And that's not a big surprise because the 190 seems to be performing better. Here we go for that dot. Holy smokes. You know, that first one was up a little high, and then those four clustered really nice together. I'm kind of tempted to let's push it left a little, come up a little. Let's fire another 3-shot group, just see if that was a fluke or what. I'm not trying to overheat my suppressor, but by the way, this is a Vanish 30 on the front of this gun, and it does great, but it's not the right suppressor for the gun. If I could do it over, I'd have a Huxworks flow through or something like that, but that's where we are right now. Let's see how these do. All right, not bad, not fantastic, but I had to know. So long story short, if you get one of these uppers, you can pretty much count on it wanting something a little heavier. I'm going to do some reloads with 175s and try those out as well, but it definitely does seem to prefer the 190s over the 150 range. Actually, while we're out here filming, I'm just going to grab some subsonic ammo and see how that goes. All right, so this is 190 Sub-X that I loaded up. These are the first 308 sub rounds I've ever done, and they seem to be doing okay, but I don't trust them yet, so safety glasses. Let's see what we got going here. Obviously, they're not going to cycle. That one was right there as well. And that one was darn close too. So, let's go take a look. I think that we are definitely within the realm of hunting with those subsonics. Even the worst groups were well within hitting a kill zone at 100 yards, no doubt about it. So, pretty excited about it. All right, you guys. So here are the groups in person. Those are the tactical police rounds. And you can see they're quite wide. But when you go ahead and give it what it wants in that 190 grain region, it really hammers. This is the first subsonic group, which I just think is so interesting. You know, we have these two, then that guy, then that guy, then that guy. And why it walks down, I can't tell you. I really don't know. When I let it clear, it actually did quite a bit better. And if I'm looking at this one, I don't know if that's 2 holes or a little sideways. But again, so this is my hand. That's the group at 100 yards in wind subsonic. The worst group subsonic was this one. And again, there's my hand, covers it up easily. So the idea of a 9-inch pie plate on a deer at 100 yards is a no-brainer. The surprising group here was with those federal soft points. That was pretty wild. I didn't expect it to do that well with that light bullet. And this was also that 150. So pretty interesting, but it's clear that it wants this heavier class of bullets. And I think I'll do a follow-up video and play around with 175s as well as the 190s. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased. You take an AR10, do that with some decent wind. I mean, those are headshots all day long. So if you're not happy with that, I'm not really sure what you're looking for. And again, I mean, you know, this is an AR10. This is not a bolt gun. Not saying AR10s can't be super bolt gun accurate, but with my limited reloading experimentation, I think we're on to something really nice there. I hope you guys enjoy getting to see the JT10 through my eyes. It's always helpful to have scope cam. I think the rifle performs really, really well. I think accuracy is more than acceptable for an AR10 when you feed it what it wants. And I think we can probably tweak it quite a bit and shoot it on a calmer day maybe and shrink that horizontal. But honestly, I'm quite happy. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time.
3, 2.
Done.